Greetings, political sports fans. How's everybody doing? It's been a pretty wild ride, and I'm actually not playing the game. I'm not going to be voting this time, and I've actually never voted in a presidential election. And I want to share why, but I want to first say that I'm not trying to convince anybody not to vote, and I won't say that there's no point. I won't say that it doesn't make a change. If you feel passionate about it, I encourage you to do it. Um, and yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I just want to share my perspective on the political circus and how it's felt for me all these years. You know, when I was a young adult, I could see that it was a game. It was a game that was about appealing to your voter base, making promises that you would probably not even fulfill, or maybe nudge certain things in a certain direction to make people happy. But it's been very clearly a game, and it's a game that has huge implications for our world, for people's lives and livelihood. And the atrocities that have been committed in the name of this game are horrendous. And all of these people are complicit in it and culpable. And I have not seen anyone that has shown me that it's any different with them. You know, all the people that are on the political stage that are running for candidacy are all have been operating within the scope of that game through their careers. So I have not been given any reason to believe that there's going to be anything different coming from them. So, you know, one of the reasons why I'm choosing not to vote is because this is a very broken system. It's not really broken if you consider that it's actually operating very perfectly for the benefit of some people, and it's designed to be that way. But it's broken in the sense that it's not made for us. It's not made for taking care of the well-being and happiness and freedom of the larger society. It'll never be like that, at least not in its current operating system. So if I see somebody that is radically willing to dismantle what we have going and create something else, then I'll give that person a second look. I'll consider someone like that. But I have not seen anything like that. Even people that are like, oh, we'll drain the swamp, or oh, we're gonna take down this part of whatever. It has only been like kind of leaning a little bit that way or leaning a little bit this way, and most of those people end up kowtowing or joining some side, or you know, grouping together in the cliques and everything. And it has not shown me anything differently. The other reason is that I look at somebody that I'm, you know, could be voting for, and I ask myself, can I trust this person? Can I trust this person to really look out for other people's well-being, even just their voter base at least, but really for the people, and not just give lip service to that, not just say like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but can I really trust that person? And no, the answer is absolutely not. And I'm not a sociologist and I'm not a political scientist, and there's a lot of things that other people know and consider way beyond what I understand, but I know people. And I look at these people and I'm like, these are not good people, not by a long shot, not by a long shot. And I won't give my agency and my power to that person to be my voice, to make policy for me. So I feel that our way forward, you know, some people say that, you know, just work with the system. Some people say just work outside of the system. For me, I want to create a system that is just working inside of that. In other words, in tandem with that. That whole program is going to self-cannibalize itself. So I want to see something else inside of that that can function. You know, we don't really have any way of opting out of this society. So I want to create something that can work in harmony with that, or that can work within that. And that's about bringing people back to the village. I think that is one of the biggest problems that we've seen, especially as we start to disappear into the backdrop of virtual artificial intelligence world, communicating and relating to each other as humans through this digital medium. And I feel like that's really causing us to lose our humanity, because what is this human spark? What is this divine magic that we hold inside of us, and what gives us a conscience, and what is morality, and what defines all of that? If we're going to have even a sense of justice in this world and be able to build bridges and find a way through together, we have to come back to a village. We have to come back to community. And that means coming back to land, coming back to sharing food with each other and sharing family with each other, and actually having face-to-face interactions that hold this kind of human feedback with each other that that helps us to see the mirror of ourselves and know what is right and know what is true. How are we supposed to do that? How are we supposed to look into someone else that is lording over hundreds of millions of people, that is operating within a system that is just inherently corrupt and dark? How are we supposed to trust that kind of person to watch out for our well-being? So we need to create something that is baseline. We need to create something that is putting our roots back in the earth and bringing our family back together. Otherwise, we're going to lose our way. And once we lose our way, I don't know how we get it back again. It requires us that are really feeling the urgency of that to hold the space for it and to bring it together in a way that can hold inside of a container. So that is my work. I feel like me and my people were creating a village model that can be insulated and protected through a time of intense chaos. And I don't know, I have really high hopes, and it may get a lot worse before it gets better. And so what are we going to do about that? How are we going to hold that? Are we really going to trust these systems that are in place that are purported to take care of us but have clearly failed time and time again? And that is mostly because of greed and self-interest and rampant corruption. So are we really seeing another thing? Or are we really in the right path when we're deifying these people, when we're feeling like, oh, they're the savior that is going to bring us out of darkness? And it's just more people that come in, it's a different person that pops up here and there in the same kind of system that is saying the same kinds of stuff, adjusting for, whatever the social norm is at the time, and appealing to a voter base and winning the popularity contest. Is it different now? You really feel like it's different? If you feel like it is, like I said, power to you. Continue to do what you feel is right. I think that's all that all of us can do, is really continue to do what we feel is right. But I'm wanting to create something that is enduring, that is lasting, to create a tradition and a family and a land that I can pass on to my children, and teaching them important values that bring them together and help them to connect with the world, and not teaching them through social media is like that. That is not the way. That is not the way. So how do we find our way? That is the way for me, and that is why I'm choosing not to vote. And I totally understand the argument for what people feel the implication is for that if you're choosing not to do that. And I'm not going to complain about whichever person is in office. I have criticisms of all the politicians, and I also I want to see some really positive change take place. So if that does happen to take place, I will be so much in celebration of that, and I will be so much in joy for that. But this is what I see and what I feel right now. I choose not to take part in that. And thank you for understanding that and honoring my choice to do that as I honor yours. So really look out for each other in this time. It's a really difficult and painful time. We need each other, we need our family, we need our community, and we need our land and our earth and our nature. So come back to that place, because true wisdom lies there, true love lies there. So sending you so much love and a giant hug through these crazy times.